Hello and welcome to this episode of From the Newsroom. Today we have with us Liz Mathew from Min's Political Bureau, and we are going to be discussing the implication of the death of Sarabjit Singh in a Pakistani prison. Sarabjit was arrested in the early 1990s on charges of espionage. Liz, the Indian government has been saying for a while that it's been taking up this case of Sarabjit Singh and his release from Pakistani prison, not only immediately after his assault, which was the 26th of April, but much before that, and the treatment, the humanitarian treatment that should be given to him. What is your view on this?
See, when we are talking about the government's failure today, there is a widespread allegation that, or the criticism that the government has failed in actually reaching or getting any kind of humanitarian treatment to Sarabjit Singh in Pakistan jail. It is actually, for the public view, it is true because, it is true that the government is saying that, since 2005, when Dr. Manmohan Singh met Pakistan president, he took up the issue and he tried to push the government or persuade the Pakistani government for giving humanitarian treatment and also for some legal support to Sarabjit Singh. But what happened in the last 1 month, after the attack on 26, it's been a week. The family has been asking for some help from the government. There was public cry for that. The media has been after that, but the government, only yesterday, that also many say that it is only after they came to know that he has fallen into coma, irreversible, and that time only they could react, and the government said that we will ask for a some kind of positive approach from the Pakistani side, so that they can move him to a third country, if not to India. So that impression, it's justice done, and you have to make that impression that justice is being done to a person. That impression that was not there from the government side. So there was obviously there was criticism, there was public cry, and it was a loss of face for the government.
If you look at it, in terms of diplomacy, Manmohan Singh, the Prime Minister, has staked a lot in trying to mend fences with Pakistan. Immediately after 26/11, in fact, there were, talks with the Pakistani government, trying to get the peace process back on track. And it was, I think, only in 2011 that, the peace process finally got back on track. And there was a spurt in, let's say, economic activity, trade, etc., started taking center stage. So there was this feeling that the peace process is actually moving somewhere. Now suddenly you have the Sarabjit, the death of Sarabjit Singh in a Pakistani prison, which actually puts a question mark on where ties with Pakistan really are, because the emphasis was on trade and people-to-people contacts. So this is the diplomatic fallout. Now, how would you look at the political fallout for the government? I mean, it has to face a domestic constituency, and public reaction is going to be pretty harsh, right?
Yeah, actually it was yet another blow, if we put it for UPA government, these blows and setbacks, we lost words to explain what exactly is happening with the government, because that Parliament has been in session, the budget session reconvened, last week, and not a single day, not a single business was done, not a single day the house ran properly, question hour was not there. So the various issues, every day, the government side, there are new issues, there was a complete failure in managing political management. It's not floor management. Kamal Nath has been doing fairly well with the floor management, getting the members for passing the finance bill and the budget in time. He has been successfully doing it. But the political management of the UPA, I don't know who to blame, whether it was Mrs. Gandhi's duty or the political spin masters, whoever have been on the process, have completely failed. That, the important bills are there. Food security bill is there. Land acquisition bill is there. These two bills, this UPA government is trying to get it, go to the polls with these two legislation, with the, only then they will have some kind of positive message to the people. So far, economically and policy wise, they have been taking some measures, they have been taking very positive measures, but somehow they are not able to convey it to the people. Somehow they are not able to make the people feel that, okay, this government is doing something. Every time political missteps, that's exactly what happened in the recent, actually since then they have returned to power in 2009. It started with Sharm el Sheikh, July 16 statement of Dr. Manmohan Singh in Sharm el Sheikh, where he has, that was all the implication
Included
was on
Balochistan
Balochistan, and also it was also diplomatic failure. It started with that. It seems like it is going to end with that really, but since then there were corruption allegations. There were other controversies, IPL controversies. Every session there was something or other. The opposition members were on their feet, and the house was not running properly. No budget, except I think current president Dr. Pranab Mukherjee's last budget was properly discussed and passed. No bill was properly discussed. Although there was good legislation, there were consensus on many legislation, but it was not properly discussed and properly conveyed and communicated to the people. This is what exactly we are doing for you. So this is like I said again, whether they have done something or whether they have made some difference in this in the issue of Sarabjit, but that is not conveyed properly, that is not communicated to the people. That is what even in, like I said, even tomorrow, now the government today what they did was they moved the food security bill for consideration and passage, but naturally nothing happened. Tomorrow they might try again, or they can issue an ordinance on food security bill. They might go with the food security bill and they might be able to do something with that. But land acquisition piece, as far as I am told, Mr. Jaram Ramesh is also very keen that there has to be discussion, then only this can be passed. So I think land acquisition bill will be again on hold. Again, its fate is also very uncertain, because you don't know monsoon session is happening or not. Yeah. Because BJP has already declared we are not going to cooperate with government for anything because of that their demand, the JPC draft report. See, like I initially said, the political missteps, they came out or leaked the draft report before finance bill got passed,
on the coal
scam. Before the important bills like land acquisition or food security got passed. Absolutely, it's complete failure in political management.
Liz, just one last question, and that is on, a lot of elections are coming up, in the run up to 2014 when we have general elections. Do you think this Sarabjit incident is likely to affect the Congress's prospects, if any, in Punjab?
No, I don't think so. First of all, Congress is also today, they jumped into action today. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Vice President of the party, and Home Minister went and made some emotional, I wouldn't say drama, but emotional, appeal to the people. And even the family's approach, it's not like yesterday they were attacking the government, attacking Dr. Manmohan Singh. Today they are attacking Pakistan. It's like, there is some kind of change in their approach. So it doesn't look, and also this kind of issues, that, 1 day, 2 days, after that it gets died down. But, the other issues like corruption and more likely to, affect. But it is like, just another manifestation of their failure.
Liz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all we have for you from the newsroom today. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for more.